Okay, Sean, give us a news part 2.
Hi guys, thank you so much for joining us again, and don't forget to, do the likes and stuff if you've not done already. So guys, I think I'm going to call this video, Are Space Nukes Real? And the short answer is no. And I'm going to tell you what the real space threat is, at some point in this video. But what I want to talk about first is a few things that we need to talk about. We did a live stream on Friday, and a lot of people are asking the same questions. So I thought I'd get this out there, and I get my thoughts on that and put it out there to you guys. So first of all, guys, I want to talk about Transnistria. So Transnistria, it's like a slither of land between in the south of Ukraine, between Ukraine and Moldova. Guys, I don't see any strategic importance of this, but it's come out. Hang on, let me just look, guys. Let me look. Yeah, so it came out 19 hours ago that Moldovan separatists are going to ask Putin to annex their region. There's no strategic importance in this area. We're told that there's a huge weapons cache there, but getting those weapons and making them usable by the Russians, it's going to be very difficult because you're going to have trucks and transport, and I just don't see it, guys. All right. However, what it's showing is the discontent in different parts of the world, and kind of like if you're on a playground and two people are going to start a fight, all his friends are getting on that side and all his friends are getting on that side. Okay, so is it going to kick off in Transnistria? Strategically, I can't see it. Whether there's a deeper geopolitical reason or something we don't know, I don't know, but I really don't see that that's going to happen. So again, guys, so from our other channels that we've been putting out there, and I said this like 6 months ago, this has to happen. Whatever's happening in Ukraine, it needs to happen by November, because when Trump wins, and let's not be under any illusion, Trump's, is going to win, which asks the question, why is Nikki Haley sticking in there? She's got what has she got, like a 15% approval or something, and he's just destroying her at every... I'm really, unsure why Nikki Haley's sticking in there, but I digress. So this all needs to happen by November. So it's out in the mainstream media now. Everybody's talking about it. Yeah, Ukraine needs to win by November. It's not going to happen, guys. Never going to happen. Us in Europe, we need to take this slack. We need to, let America go where they're going to go, probably in the Middle East, do stuff over there. Don't forget the rise of China in the East. All sorts of stuff happening, guys, all right? There's going to be a huge naval conflict. And I coined this first a long time ago, guys, asymmetric naval warfare, where you have civilian ships attacking military ships, potentially from, civilian shipping containers in docks. And then what does the military do then? Is the US military going to fire missiles at a civilian shipping container? It's going to be a catastrophe, all right? And this is what you had in Iraq in 2003, in Afghanistan. You had people in civilian clothes, civilian vehicles attacking the military. It becomes very difficult. It becomes very expensive to counter, almost unwinnable. And that's why I feel, the Russians have not really invested much money in their navy, and you're like, yeah, but the Russian navy is terrible. It might be terrible, but what kind of capabilities do the Russians have that are not on their military vessels, that are disguised as civilian vessels? That's the real threat, guys, okay? So Gavin Newsom, guys, I don't know about you, but I saw him on an interview last night or something. Does he seem like Justin Trudeau's brother? His mannerisms, his speech patterns, the way he talks, the way he moves, it's really weird. Like, I looked at him, I was like, wow, that's like watching, Justin Trudeau. So I was really confused as if they've been to the same school or same grammar school or something, because they are literally like brothers. Okay, guys, so the reason we're all here now, space nukes, are they real? And I said this remember on, I think it was Valentine's Day, the 14th of February, when it came out that there's a threat, there's a huge security threat, there's a space threat. Straight away, guys, when it came out as space nukes, I said, no, it's not. And then a couple of days later, you had Elon Musk deorbiting some of his satellites, and then other satellites falling to Earth. Guys, straight away I said no. The real threat here is from ground-based lasers. So let's just unpack the space nukes concept. Okay, for those of you who are, who understand about missiles, who understand how these things work, they need maintenance, all right? Look at Britain. We used to be the world's superpower, used to own all Britannia rules the waves. We can't even get a missile that's been maintained to fire. So how much maintenance are you going to be able to do on a space nuke? These materials decay over time. You've got a lot of complicated moving parts inside these missiles. And if you send them to space, nobody can do pre-flight checks. Nobody can do pre-strike checks, I guess. So straight away, there's the question mark. All right, who's going to maintain them? Because if something malfunctions, you've just got a big bomb floating around in space, which is not good. Okay, so what's the workaround? Okay, so we're only going to fire these space nukes just before we want to do an attack. So what's the point in firing it in the first place? Because an intercontinental ballistic missile, they all go into space. So essentially they're all space nukes. Putting one in orbit just makes no sense to me at all because of the maintenance, cost of the cost. Cost of the way that it works, you're going to have so many in space to propose any threat. It's just not, it just doesn't make any sense. So I said straight away, guys, look, this is going to be ground-based lasers. So I'm going to go from an article here, guys, on that was published in 2022. So this is from, where is it from? From space.com. So, satellite spot construction of Russian anti-satellite laser facility. So they've known about this for a long time, guys, all right? And this is the real threat, okay? So the construction is taking place at the Russian Military of Defence's Corona Space facility near, a word I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce, in Russia's far southwest, home of the massive Ratan 600 radio telescope. So the Russians have been developing these guys for a long time, and think about the cost of firing a laser into space, and then think about the cost of a nuclear weapon, the delivery system, the orbital vehicle that it has to sit on. How much is that going to cost? Why would you do that when you can just fire a laser up from the safety of your own country? Guys, ground-based lasers are the real threat, and I called this from day one, week one, all right? It's not in the mainstream media. Nobody else is talking about it. Guys, when other people start talking about it, remember I gave you this news first. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments, okay? Really appreciate reading them. Love to read them. Tell me what you think. If you've got an opposing opinion, I want to hear from you. I want to be challenged. If you're available, we do live streams every day, guys. We do a long hour live stream on a Friday, all right? I'm happy to be challenged. I'm happy to speak to anyone, okay, guys? Let's get this message out, guys, okay? If you've not already, please subscribe and give us a follow or whatever you do on this platform. Don't forget to share our videos, guys, and thank you so much for watching.